Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. Once again, I am David, coming to you from the inner and outer reaches of the universe, coming to you from the world of my Creator, from the right hand of the Father, in my most magnificent world, bringing you a few things to share, which brings me joy, and I hope brings you exactly what you need. So, as usual, I have a few words to deliver. Let them ride over your field, taking no notice of anything, as I have opened a channel to deliver what's perfect for you. And it will find the connection with you and deliver exactly what you need. So here we go. Can you imagine an energy, a source, a creator who is looking over and looking after 8 billion beings on this planet alone, knowing that there are infinite amount of galaxies, stars, and solar systems just like this one? We are all infinitesimally small, while at the same time giants, as we are one with that energy, source, creator. We all have a unique destiny to fulfill. No one can do anything like anyone else. No one can really copy anyone. No one can follow anyone, even as you might try, for it is impossible. So in the end, all that matters is that you be yourself. Follow your spirit that is leading you to the destination that you programmed into your GPS. It will happen with or without your conscious permission, because you have already set it in motion. Rerouting, recalculating, make a U-turn. Now stay on this road for the next 1,000 years and beyond. In the game, everyone, every human being is a master of incomprehensible power, of indescribable magnificence, bearing abilities and gifts that cannot be compared. And yet, until we discover this simple truth, we are just playing a game of how can I be happy, how can I become successful, and how can I be loved? A game that is unwinnable, because you cannot become what you already are. Therefore, you can't win a game that you've already won. You can only play it over and over and over and over until you figure out who you are. Even when you figure it out, the game is still alive and well, being taught at every level by your peers, by your teachers, by the experts, and in reality, by just about everyone. When you play the game with your eyes wide open, it is a fun and thrilling experience for a divine, infinite spiritual being that has never been born and that can never die, who is easily bored and most times looking for more experiences, more mischiefs, and to expand and grow and evolve. You will recognize one of these beings because they will always be smiling, always have that look in their eyes that says they have a secret, always finding something lighthearted within your difficulties, for they are simply enjoying the game, rolling the dice when it is their turn, moving their avatar around the board, and seeing what magic, mischief, and general good shit they can get into. Of course, they have these bodies that cry for attention all the time, as well as a mind through a program that constantly reminds us that this game requires a type of currency to support your existence within the game. The extent or the amount of the currency that you need can be very minimum if you choose that. But this need for currency cries out just as your body cries out, causing you to constantly focus on those two things and not the enjoyment of the game, which, as I stated before, requires an awareness of who you are so that you can transcend those two children, your body and your financial needs. For they are constantly calling to their mother and father, "Mommy, mommy, mommy. Yes, honey. Mommy, I need. Okay, we'll fix that. All fixed? All better now? Yes, mommy. Okay." And then it starts again. "Mommy, mommy." That's the sound of your body and your finances. There's great humor that arises in the expansion of your awareness and in the simplicity of what is shown to be true. Those who know themselves, even just for a moment, appear as vibrant, full of energy, not needing to rest, glowing, their eyes full of light, and their smile as big and as bright as the Milky Way galaxy. And then there are those who have come with a gigantic task to keep the game in existence, to hold it in a form so that those beings that have chosen to come here and experience all that it has to offer may be able to experience all that it has to offer. And more importantly, to gain the growth and awareness that will allow them to evolve to their next level of mastery. So these are rare beings. So those rare beings may require more moments of shutting down, more moments of solitude, so that they can do the very thing that they came to do: maintain the game for humanity, not destroy it, but to uphold its purpose and the structures that were designed to facilitate its purpose. These beings are indeed very rare and immensely powerful, for in essence, they are like Atlas, holding the whole world on their shoulders. They have come into the physical plane to allow you to experience the playing field of the game, simply because that is what you have chosen. It is a love without conditions, a love without any need for explanation for your choice. These beings have taken on a form just as all humans have, and they may be your neighbor, your coworker, your family, or a stranger that you see in a crowd. They do not require your gratitude, even as you freely give it when you encounter the feeling of being in the essence of pure unselfishness. Yet they require nothing from us, for their joy is realized when we expand, grow, and evolve, thus accomplishing what we set out to do, helping them accomplish what they set out to do at the same time. That is their gift, simply to see you expand, grow, and evolve, for they simply came to make sure you would have the opportunity to do that very thing. And in that moment, their joy is realized. It is our choice how we view the game. We can play it from whatever perspective we choose, and none of those perspectives are wrong. There are over 8 billion people on the planet. Therefore, there are over 8 billion choices that can be chosen. Each one has chosen a path based on what they desire to learn, expand, grow, and evolve. No two choices are alike, and these choices were made before they made their way into the physical world of matter. They were connected to their creator then, and they are connected to their creator now, even as they may have completely forgotten. Grace, grace, oh, beautiful grace. It is the character of grace, love without conditions, and compassion that are the universal characters that all have come into the game to gain. No matter what else they have desired, these three things are what are most lacking in a being who is not vibrating at the frequency of Source, the frequency of the creator of it all. So once again, we return to the simple and powerful awareness of you as a divine, eternal, spiritual being, whether you consciously know it or not. This will always be the final answer to the game. Know thyself and love thyself without conditions. And know that you and your creator are one, that you are imbued with all the abilities of the one divine source, and you are always connected. Peace I give to you as you make your way to this truth. Cheers to us all as we make our way around the game board. Simply enjoy your life, and I'll see you in the game. A collection of atoms. Here we go. We are a collection of atoms spinning at a frequency that produces the matter that we call a human form. Housed within each of these spinning atoms that make up this form is a consciousness that produces what we know as life. It is what is speaking to you now, and it is what speaks back to me from you. Within this consciousness is the all that there is, every piece of wisdom, every piece of creativity, every dimension, every realm, and every potential reality exists within every atom in creation. Just like the observer principle, as I observe that spirit me, it says, here I am. And when I observe the material me, it says, here I am. All exists as real upon the observation of each aspect of you, a multi-dimensional, divine, infinite being that is a piece of the divine and infinite one consciousness. Just like the two states that are seen when a particle is observed, we also have the simultaneous existence of the two states upon our moment of observation. But what is happening now is that the observer is becoming more pronounced in our field and having greater and greater influence on our awareness of our two states. There are those who have come to the planet who have had and still have that ability. They are never fixed in any state, for they, through their observations, have access to them all at all times. They are vibrating at the frequency of the Creator, where consciousness originates from. These ones are living a multidimensional existence, and we are, through the awakening of our observer, moving into that existence in what will seem like the blink of an eye. Those other beings that came before have paved the way and left the breadcrumbs for us to follow. And at the appropriate time, the energy that it was needed to support and sustain this, what I would call moment of transformation, was delivered. I am discovering that I and my twin are both encased in this material form of infinite spinning atoms that holds all consciousness. There is the material me that arises upon observation, David, and the spiritual me, my twin that exists through another observation. Both are then everywhere at any given time, having access to the all that there is all the time. That includes all wisdom and all information, as they are a piece of the one consciousness that is being observed. Each one is seeing and feeling themselves as never before, as the observer that you could not have the full awareness of comes to the fore. It is the beginning of seeing your life from above, the observable human aspect of you. What I have begun to feel is the removal of an energetic ceiling that has for eons blocked the signals from arriving into your field. This is not something that we could have seen with our human eyes, and I didn't even feel it there until I could feel the absence of its influence in my field. It's like the sun is shining brighter, and there's a clarity that feels limitless. It almost feels like what in a different way the lack of gravity must feel like. And I can feel myself standing taller and seeing an infinite expanse as I look up. It's like someone took the roof from on top of your house, giving you a feeling of infinite possibilities, thus removing that feeling of claustrophobia or being confined, even as the awareness of these limits and the feelings that they deliver were not consciously affecting you. But now the ceiling is gone, and you will, if you haven't already, become aware of what you had been feeling in the background of your life: a lack of mobility and moments of feeling stuck in a rut without knowing why. But now all that is going to change. You will feel as though you are now a walking beacon, both receiving and transmitting all information at the same time. A vessel or a channel, if you will, for any and all information that comes from the field of your creator. It's like a dome has been lifted and you can now see all the way into the world of your creator, all the way into your origin, into the outer reaches of the universe, and into the world beyond all worlds. And if you look closely enough, you can see yourself sitting at the right hand of your creator, smiling like never before, because everything is now clear, for nothing can no longer be hidden. You now have become the one you have been waiting for, still having the full support from those masters and beings who have gone before you. But today you have entered your world of true sovereignty and power, for you are now like unto the one that you have been waiting for. Yes, you will finally begin to recognize, realize, and remember that you are her or him living in a form that we call a human body. You are the center of the universe that you have created, and within that universe, all things revolve around you. And it is only through your love without conditions for all that which is revolving around you that can take you into the vibrational frequency of the source energy of the Creator. We are now going further than we have ever gone before, simply because we are ready. In every part and walk of life, humanity is vibrating at a faster frequency, and the consciousness of the human entity is raising exponentially. Even the world of time, no time and space will enter into the physical world because of the removal of that ceiling. And that world will become more and more prominent within the physical world, even as many have been feeling its imminent arrival for quite some time. New information, new technologies, and ancient wisdom will now begin to pour out through random people whose channel to the infinite awareness will now be turned back on. Every day there will be new miracles, new discoveries, and new information about the magnificence of the human entity. It will be as if a switch has been flipped and every faucet has been opened to deliver a mighty flow from every direction. This will clearly bring online that incredible industry that we have been pointing the world to, called the industry of magic and miracles. It too is falling onto the earth from the outer reaches of the universe due to the removal of that ceiling. And through the feeling that is coming within this message, you can fully see the existence of the industry of magic and miracles as a real and true industry, something you may not have been able to fully see, feel, and know until this moment. So here we go, into the excitement, into the anticipation, and into the surprise of a lifetime for what is arriving here on earth. Let the celebrations begin, and let us raise a glass to each one who has played a part in bringing an end to the disruption of our signal from our Creator and the beginning of the return of that very signal back online. Now we watch as the infinite possibilities that come from the flow pour down upon us like an endless summer rain and bring smiles upon our face and in our hearts that will light up all creation. Cheers, and here we go. And finally, living in the moment. What if every day you were a new person? All your past was erased, and every day would be like a brand new adventure. It is a hard thing to imagine because you would forget things like your family and friends, but the sense of starting fresh without any past to cause you to limit yourself based on fixed identities and events would be quite wonderful indeed. To no longer suffer the trauma and questions of the loss of past relationships, past jobs, and past events, and instead be able to freely move and interact with the present moment without any reference to anything from the past. We all have experienced moments like this, and the feeling of being only connected to the transmission from your Creator is the greatest gift that you can receive. The connection with the past, especially the people of your past, locks in all the identities that have been built with each person or each event. Each interaction has a past and therefore an identity from that interaction that is attached to you. These identities are weighted sandbags, keeping your hot air balloon from lifting off the ground. Feel yourself for a moment without a memory, and therefore without the identity that goes with that memory. You will feel a space begin to open to the infinite possibilities that a child experiences every day. Each day we live a life that is remarkable, and each day, if we allow ourselves in a life that is remarkable. If we could fully feel this, we could see how we could start the day with some kind of sickness and end the day with that person who was experiencing that sickness no longer existing, only to wake and start the day as a brand new version of yourself who is completely void of any sickness of any kind. And even if the pain or sickness returns, it will be returning to a different you, a you that will have a different response, a you that will deliver its magic until the next you with more magic arrives. And soon, none of this will be remembered. I know that this is real and true, for I have experienced it and I have felt the feeling of its reality being present in my field. We are so bogged down by the past, even as sometimes we are taken to moments or people that we have lived or known before. But you must know that you are not that same person, for you are being led to some event or someone as the present you, as that other you is now long gone. Can you walk through this day as if everything is new and nothing that you are experiencing has been experienced by this you before. It may feel frightening at first as you see yourself as detached from all references to the past and are just floating freely in pure, unending awareness. I can most certainly tell you that you are not who you think you are. As each day you are getting closer and closer to the one who was the one before they entered the womb of the physical world, the one who is in constant communication with their creator and is not attached to its past life or current life identity. That one is an open channel to the all that is and exists far outside of the limitations of the physical construct of time and space, past, present, and future, for all exists in the same moment and freely deliver you to the world of a divine, eternal, spiritual being. There's so much more to say around this topic, but I tell you that I am being led to the origin of my origin, and so too are you, each in their own way through their own process related to their own timeline, responding to their own level of desire and following their own signal. All are being led to the origin of their existence. I have come to recognize that I am truly not from here, even as I am able to function quite comfortably. Very few have I found who see things the way that I do, who speak the same language that I speak, and this is probably true for you as well. These things are not a problem. They are just a beautiful observation that delivers great clarity for how you have felt at some level throughout your whole life. There is a great freedom that arrives when you, as this clarity makes its way into your awareness. I can see that each person is on their own journey of discovery. And although in this moment it feels very personal, I can feel the immense connectedness with everyone, everywhere. It is a beautiful feeling to feel the interconnectedness of the universal journey that we are all on. I am David. I am the new David. I am the next David. I am the first David. I am the endless David. There is no longer any past in my life. There is just now, and that now holds within it everything, and it always has. Cheers to you all, my fellow travelers. I'll see you on the way to your origin. If this life is one act, why do we lay all these traps? We put them right in our path when we just want to be free. I will not waste my days making up all kinds of ways to worry about all the things that will not happen to me. So I just let go of what I know I don't know, and I know I'll only do this by living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy, with peace in my mind, with peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I'm living in the moment. I'm letting myself off the hook for things I've done. I let my past go past, and now I'm having more fun. I'm letting go of the thoughts that do not make me strong, and I believe this way can be the same for everyone. And if I fall asleep, I know you'll be the one who always reminds me to live in the moment, to living my life easy and breezy, with peace in my mind, with peace in my heart, with peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home by living in the moment. Thank you for joining me, everyone. It's an honor to be here. You are a collection of atoms. And when you know who you are, you'll see the reality of this game. And you'll smile, and the brightness will fill your eyes because you are eternal, divine, and spirit. Just living in the moment. Thank you for joining me. I am David.